Frequency bro, yo, we run in the yard, futuristic type of flow, yo, we run in the yard, opposition is on the go, yo, we run in the yard, blow for blow, toe to toe, yo, we run in the yard, frequency pro, yo, we run in the yard, futuristic type of flow, yo, we run in the yard, opposition is on the go, yo, we run in the yard, blow for blow, toe to toe, yo, we run in the yard.
Great awakening, and welcome to the dopest EFAD on the planet, with your host Vic Vega.
Welcome in everybody, Vic Vega, and there is no place like home as we are live and direct at the home base of operations in Kansas City, Missouri, with 6 monumental matchups here on the card for us. And since I will not stall you any further than we need to, we're going to get into the first matchup, which is a cross-divisional matchup, fatal 4-way style, off the rip for us here at matchup number 1. So enough of me yapping, let's get on with the scrapping so we can all bear witness to what is about to happen. In other words, Cletus, my man, do me a big favor and take the wheel. All right, home front, we getting ready to get into some good old diva action here in the first of tonight's edition of Whoop-Ass Wednesday. 2 women out of the ISIS Elementals Championship Division and 2 women out of the Hellas Hybrid Division. If the 2 ladies, which would be Kivana Rossetti and Kaiva Okoye, would happen to win here tonight, they will be elevated to another division that is higher than the Hellas Hybrid Division, as Weeds with the first attempt at elimination, and it goes awry. While we're on the subject of Ouija board and Jay Quinn's last time in action was together during my mini tournament for the number 1 contendership for the ISIS Elementals Championship. Jay Quinn eliminated by her friend, who went on to lose the Shark Girl D. Kivana with a capture back suplex on Ouija board. And while we're on the subject of her last time out was on the 1st of April. My bad. The 8th of April episode, where she lost in a fatal 4-way matchup. And she is hoping to turn it around here tonight in this one. And last but not least, Kaiva Okoye. Her last bout was at Monolithic. So she is definitely trying to get on a winning pace and try to be elevated into another division. At the current, she's being dominated by Jay Quinn, the veteran, who has had her matchups with Kaiva Okoye. It looks to be a budding rivalry as Rossetti with a cover on Ouija's, only a 2 count. Budding rivalry between Jay Quinn and Kaiva Okoye. Wouldn't that be something if Kaiva were to be elevated into the same division that her sister holds the title in? That one might make for some monumental matchups. And we ain't scared to do it. Hold on, Weeds stealing on the referee. And now setting Kivana up for the basement crossbody. A pinfall attempt in progress. And it only yields a 2 count. Weeds locking up with Rossetti and Kaiva and Jay Quinn going at it. Definitely the definition of a cross-divisional rivalry. Weeds putting them heels to the head of Rossetti, as Kaiva has gained the mantle in her matchup and comes in the ring and hits Weege with a spear. And with her eyes locked onto Weege, it gives Kivana Rossetti the edge she needs to go in on her. But hold up a second, both ladies trying to gang up on Kivana Rossetti. What a nice counter. And now she's going in on Jay Quinn. Ouija board quick as lightning. With the spinning kick to Rossetti, and now Weege back in control of her matchup. Just as Jay Quinn is on the outside, but as soon as I bring attention to it, it is broken up by Kaiva Okoye, who needs to spend more time focusing on her opponent as opposed to amping up the crowd here in the home front. Kansas City, Missouri. Check it. Who's going to win this contest between these four divas? We'll find out after this brief non-commercial break. Then we will be back with action for matchup number 1.
Are you ready to step into the ring and make your mark in digital wrestling? Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Join us on this thrilling journey where every match is a step closer to your dreams. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Then step up, sign up, and show the world what you're made of. Sign up now at KCSA.com/roster spots. The spotlight awaits. Once again, that's KCSA.com/roster spots.
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
Frequency Pro, yo, we running the yard. Futuristic type of flow, we running the yard. Opposition is on the go, we running the yard. Blow for blow, toe to toe, we running the yard.
No eliminations in this one thus far. And remember, the ladies that are out of the Hellas Hybrid Division may be in line for a divisional ascension if they win this one. And Jay Quinn and Ouija, which are out of the ISIS Elementals Championship Division. If they win, they will be in consideration of a title shot as Kaiva Okoye with a pinfall attempt on Kivana Rossetti with success. And now we have ourselves a three-way dance. Women wielding weaponry in this one, all fighting for a shot in the spotlight. As Ouija again gets hit with an X Factor by Jay Quinn. This time on the inside of the ring. Last time, she kissed the ground on the outside of the squared circle. Kaiva Okoye looking to go for her second elimination of the match. Kabaya with a spine buster off of the rebound of the ropes onto Jay Quinn. And she is staying on her like a dirty, sweaty shirt in the summertime. And Weed standing there is the recipient of a running punch, but Kaiva's work is temporarily done via Jay Quinn with a spear. Now Jay Quinn taking over the reins and dominating both competitors that are left in this matchup. Hold on a second. Weeds with the miss to the face of Jay Quinn and goes for a pinfall attempt. Almost put her friend up out of here. And yes, they are still cool with one another. No beef as far as the locker room talk goes. However, Okoye was in the perfect position for Ouija to go for a pinfall. But instead, she goes shopping for a weapon that she does not get to use. And now she is high-capping over Jay Quinn. And Kyva gets into the action with a table. And has down both ladies out of the upper echelon division in Frequency Pro Wrestling. Jay Quinn going to work with them frantic feet and goes for a pinfall attempt, but Ouija board breaks up the pinfall. Don't know why in this elimination style matchup she would do such a thing outside of the AI tripping. Anyhow, hey yo, if you did not buy 25 or 26 and you happen to own WWE 2K24, let me know how good your game has been playing ever since the shutdown of the online features. As Jay Quinn eliminated by Ouija, and now we are down to two devastating divas in this kickoff matchup of tonight's festivities. Kyva Okoye immediately going to work on Ouija, not intimidated by her status, her previous record, or anything that she has going at this juncture. In fact, Kyva, anyway, it flips again. I was getting ready to big upper, and Ouija gains the upper hand. Kyva being stomped on that ladder, definitely softening her up for Ouija to go ahead and put a capper on this one. But hold up, the strength of the former two-time Hellas Hybrid Champion division is going to work on Ouija with a running, shining wizard to the beautiful face of Ouija Zanova. Yes, party people, Kyva Okoye eliminating 2 out of 3 competitors and winning our first bout. Yeah, that's one hell of a matchup, buddy boy, and we have some decisions to make about this young lady in the near future. Pretty soon, we're going to be re-evaluating all the talent on the roster, and these divisions are not going to be noticeable. Anyhow, matchup number 2 on the way as Kenny Wildman takes on Taco Dorito next on your Whoop-Ass Wednesday.
Akira
running the yard. Go, 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 go. We run New York.
Throw your hands in the air, wave them like you on welfare, baby. Anyhow, matchup number 2 underway. Kenny Wildman on his way out to the ring.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Wild Samoans from Topeka, Kansas, weighing in at 265 pounds, Kenny Wildman.
Yes, sir. The former 3-time battling out Killer T for the #1 contenders spot for the Zeus's Crown Championship. Came up a tad bit short in that one and is looking to get back to his winning ways here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. Big Vega, if you're just tuning in to Whoop-Ass Wednesday, we are live, vibed up, and home for a couple of days before we hit the road one more again. In the words of a great lady somewhere on some movie, there's no place like home. Alright, party people, we got another 3-time manhood champion coming out to the ring. And his name is Taco Dorito.
Misfits from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing in at 220 pounds. Rock
This mythical monstrosity from Mexico comes in at 24-9, and as I mentioned before, a former champion to boot. And the last time he was in action, he went up against a former champion in Chief the Osho Wyandotte and came out victorious. Why I call this man mythical indeed? Here it is. He solidifies. He is the reason why I will never confirm a creation. I'll let the console decide what they're gonna be. Because he was made to be strictly a jobber and has turned into a superstar here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. The two former manhood champions squaring it off here in matchup #2. And what more could you ask for but Taco coming out on top trying to get a quick win over Kenny. And he almost succeeded in getting a jump on one half of the Wild Vibe. And while we're on the subject of the Wild Vibe, stick around because the brother of Kenny Wildman, D Wildman, goes up against the unstoppable demon here on your Whoop-Ass Wednesday. Taco dominating Kenny at the moment. Is Kenny gonna drop another one and place himself further down on the rankings? Taco with a nice arm drag takeover, going to an aerial assault on the ground and pound style of Kenny Wildman. Still can't put him out though. Taco relentless in his pursuit to get a victory here tonight as he's amping up the crowd here in good old KC Mo, big baby. As Taco to the top turnbuckle, but in this contest he's gonna have to finish Kenny Wildman off in the ring. And what better way to do it than to beat the crap out of your opponent on the outside of the ring. Throw him in there and then get yourself a 3 count. Speaking of throwing, Taco hurling Kenny Wildman across the floor as the crowd is absolutely silent at the fact that Taco is in command as he is over Kenny Wildman. That ends as Goria give you a thing or two to think about as Kenny Wildman breaks out of the clutches of Taco, and it looks like he has the advantage. Both gentlemen ignoring the damn 10 count and persist to get it on outside of the ring. Hold on a second, Kenny Wildman with a count out victory. A count out victory. Yo, I would rather take a ugly win over a beautiful loss any day of the week. Kenny Wildman with a victory over Taco here in matchup #2. And stick around, because next we got some hot diva action out inside of the ISIS Elementals Championship Division.
D Wildman! Demon Cruise!
Ladies and gentlemen, in our mid-card action here, we have a non-title bout between Sarah Carter and the champion, Akira Okoye. ISIS Elementals Division on display for you here. And while you are at it, help your boy out with hitting the like, share, and subscribe button, along with helping us engage in the poll questions. Why is that? Because you get to see your champion right here in this very matchup. There she is, the ISIS Elementals champion, Akira Okoye, on the home front. Yeah!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Kansas City, Missouri, the Action Zone Women's Champion, Akira Okoye.
Funky fresh in the flesh for you, your champion. The last time you saw her, she was defending that very title that she has around her waist against Shark Girl D back at the unnamed event. 33-22, holding on to that title for 168 days, which means she has eclipsed her 100-day mark and gets an automatic rematch upon losing it.
Colorado, Sarah Carter.
Sarah 7 in the building. Excuse me for not changing her nameplate yet. She's going under the moniker of Sarah Carter as of late, one half of the Botany Babes. And the Botany Babes have been multiple tag team champions. But as far as singles gold goes, Sarah has not had the pleasure of becoming a singles title holder here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. But she's always been a model champion, co-champion, excuse me. Her and Smokey G make up the Botany Babes. But as of late, both ladies have been on a quest for solo titles. And the last time we saw her in action, she fell to the hands of Malpractice back at the unnamed event. And that one was for the #1 contendership. To the tag team titles. Sarah coming into this one in a particular spot on the rankings. More about that later on throughout the match. All right, y'all, once again, it's on. As stated before, 2 women out of the ISIS Elementals Championship Division, the cream of the crop when it comes to the Divas side. And while we're on that subject, from now on, I declare that whoever is in the #1 spot, they get the shot. No more mix-ups like we had between Kenny Wildman and Killer T last month. Cost us a lot of unnecessary programming. And it was all my fault, and mad apologies to both of those gentlemen. What am I apologizing to Killer T for? He's the #1 contender. He ain't there to be apologizing to D Wildman. Sarah in control of the bout, whipping the champion about. And Akira needs to wake up and realize that she is in a contest, and this is a tune-up match. As Sarah is currently #1 in the rankings, and yes, she will have her chance to square off against Akira Okoye at PHYXIUS in week #4 of this month. I should go ahead and put out the thumbnail, but nah, I'm gonna leave it unlisted for a minute. Akira finally up and about, showing signs of life, but Sarah is definitely trying to send a message that she is hungry for that title and issuing out a beatdown of the champion. As the ladies are outside of the ring, this is a traditional matchup. Submission, ring out, or the 3 count. That's what it's all about. As the ladies seem to be ignoring the daggone referee while he's doing his job. And we are going back into the ring before a 6 count. And Sarah back at business as usual. With the diving frog splash on to the champion. And she goes for a pinfall attempt. Not even close. But Sarah channeling some inner strength along with her championship wisdom and actually bringing it to Akira here in this one. But right on cue, the bugle blew and Sarah's getting her butt kicked. I'm just gonna shut up when it comes to big upping these characters. It always happens in that fashion. Sarah with a power slam on the champion, who is rolling away from her wrath as Sarah is zeroed in on Akira and knocks her back outside. And I swear Sarah is trying to turn this one into a street fight. Maybe I should have rethink the rules in this game and made it a false count anywhere matchup. Sarah, high capper for the crowd here in Kansas City, Missouri. What a veteran like Akira will take advantage of that like she is doing. And now has Sarah on the ropes. And Carter with no response ever since that rookie flashback moment where she was high capping for the crowd. And now Akira's making her pay, going post to post, coast to coast. And Sarah Carter looking weary at the moment. Sidewall slam by Akira Okoye. And she goes to put a tapper on this one. And Sarah kicks out with a 1. And once again, stick around for the main event so we can find out if the Demon is truly unstoppable. Here in our main event, Demon Blue takes on D Wildman. And I guarantee you that one is going to be a barn stormer, to say the least. Akira humiliating Sarah as of late as she has taken the reins in this one. And speaking of reins, a word that dang near sounds like it is range. Does she have it to connect with Sarah as she does with an axe handle? Down to the ground goes Sarah. Akira about to mount another attack, but Sarah woke up in time to break it up and whip her into the ropes. Nice counter by the champion. And now she's the one whipping Sarah into the ropes. What in the heck was that? Sarah sidestepped whatever Akira had going and ended up on the opposite apron. That was one hell of a feat. As the former athlete is in a vulnerable spot, Akira almost drove her and pinned her for the 3 count. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied on that one. It was quick as a hiccup. But as soon as I'm yapping my trap, she goes for it again. And just like that, Akira Okoye over Sarah Carter here in match 3. Akira Okoye with an impressive victory over Sarah Carter here in matchup number 3. Why I'm having trouble with that. Anyway, how y'all doing? Matchup number 4 underway.
The following contest is a no-holds-barred match. Making his way to the ring from Springfield, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds, Gary Gang
The resident underdog coming in at 7-9. And the last time we saw him was over 2 months ago in a #1 contenders bout for the Stormbreaker Championship. You see him coming up a tad bit short there. And I'm pretty sure he's in the mood to try to get himself a win here tonight. But for now, party people, the #1 contender to the Zeus's Crown Championship in the house.
Mississippi, weighing in at 290 pounds, Miller T.
That's right, Killer T in the building. Explosions, like LL Cool J would say. Killer T coming in at 26-18. And last week about this time, he was putting the boots to KC Reed, the current champion, who might be suffering from some ring rust, but then again, Killer T's victories are always decisive. As he graces the hometown here, where frequency faithful, you can guarantee you this was going to be full of hellified offense, to say the least. You have the speed and agility of that man right there going up against the powerhouse right there, Killer T. And if you are just tuning in, I'm going to say it again. Hit the like, share, and sub button. Killer T with the offense first. And it looks like he is picking up with butt kicking where he left off last week with KC Reed. Gary, the resident underdog, as I called him earlier. The man went on a 9-match losing streak, only to turn it around and hit 7 in a row. Just like he's turned the match around and got an advantage on Killer T. Wise move to try to use that speed against that brute strength of Killer T, who is back in command as I hype up Gary, and he hits him with a leg drop and misses it for the gamer. Return of Gary Gamer still in effect as he attempts to mount an offense on Killer T once again. And after that DDT going for a pinfall attempt. Only a 1 count, gentlemen. Locked up literally in this one, as the crowd responds to the performance that they are getting from these two. I'm with ya. I don't know why it's taking me more than 2 months to get Gary Gamer back on Frequency Pro Wrestling. A hockey stick involved, introduced in the matchup by Gary Gamer, who gets to use it as Killer T was attempting to pull a shovel off from underneath the apron. And he's absolutely beating down the Biloxi Big Bad with a hockey stick. Killer T with no defense. And the hockey stick finally breaks over the skull of Killer T. Gary digging into the depths of his trick bag to get a victory on Killer T. Swinging powerbomb on Killer T. And Killer T better wake up, or this was going to slip right up out of his grasp. A matchup that he can clearly outclass his opponent in as he gets a pinfall attempt on him. Killer T summoning his inner Popeye like he had a spinach moment. And now he's back from the grave. Hold up a second now. Gary a little bit quicker. And Killer T once again switches the tide. Back and forth that sequence was with those gentlemen as Killer T goes for a pinfall attempt on Gary. Tombstone not effective enough to put away the gamer. And back to work Killer T goes as he's perched up and finished him off, but it is countered by Gary Gamer, but to no avail because Killer T has him back in his clutches and throws into the middle of the ring. My goodness. These two, who'd ever thought that the underdog would hang on this long against a beast of a man in Killer T. Gary Gamer going on a shopping trip and throws the chair at Killer T. Gary seeming to not be affected by the frequency curse, because both weapons that he's pulled off from underneath the apron he has gotten to use against Killer T. These gentlemen have spent half of the matchup outside of the ring. And I'm feeling it's about to take its toll on both competitors. As a whip into the apron from Gary Gamer in this no-holds-barred contest. But you got to pin your opponent on the inside of the ring. As Gary still in command of Killer T, surprisingly here in matchup number 4. But that just goes to show you that miracles can happen anywhere. Just like that, party people. Gary Gamer over Killer T in the upset victory here in matchup number 4. Man, Gary pulling out one for the record here in matchup number 4 with a victory over Killer T. Stay tuned, everybody, because matchup number 5 on the horizon next on Frequency Pro Wrestling.
D Wildman! Demon Cruise!
All right, everybody, this is a tornado tag team style matchup. Here in matchup number 5, Iron Covenant taking on the team of Mayshawn Harris, the current Sirens Women's Champion, and her counterpart, her muscle, her backup, Karen Majors. Iron Covenant looking to come back from their loss last week in that number 1 contenders bout for the Fighting Furies championships. And as a result, DDP, the Dissonant Dog Pound, are the number 1 contenders in that division. And check it, DDP will be in action next week against the number 1 contenders for the Queens of Chaos Tag Team Champions. Tune in to find out who that is if you miss the unnamed event. Taryn Jerry locked up with Karen Majors and her partner Hornets. As for this matchup, as they both agree with their partner Yuvani that Karen Major seems oddly familiar to them all. Powerbomb by Karen Majors right on cue, and Mayshawn and her partner have gained the advantage in this one. Karen Majors off of the rope with a splash onto Taryn Jerry. And that's one heck of a feat to be a rookie and come in and handle the likes of Taryn Jerry. A quick boot by Taryn Jerry gives her the advantage. And Hornets, right on cue, transforms her matchup like her partner currently in the ring. Mayshawn Harris, the subject of talk around here, as people are talking crap about how I baby my champions. But I don't put my champions at risk of injury, because the last couple of bouts that she had, including her championship win and that match against Ziza at Monolithic, were 2 brutal matchups indeed. I don't want to follow that up with an injury to one of my major champions. So yeah, I do baby my champions. Mayshawn in the midst of Iron Covenant, and they ain't showing no sisterhood when it comes to this contest. Hold on a second, Mayshawn in the midst of having 2 on her, got the advantage on Hornets. And back in the ring comes Karen Majors, as Taryn Jerry has her turn with the Cyrus Women's Champion, Mayshawn. As Taryn absolutely bringing it to the champion, Hornets receives a spine buster on the outside of the ring. Karen might want to get in there and help out her beneficiary in her boss. Mayshawn Harris, right on cue, Karen comes in, dominating Taryn. But Taryn comes back with a shot to the calf, and Karen comes back with a running cutter. And Harness back into the fray. And into the bear hug being applied by Karen Majors. Harness with a couple of balls and an ear clap to get herself out of that tight situation. As a pinfall attempt on, Karen Majors only yields a 1 count. Mayshawn still working on Tara Jerry. Choking the life out of one of the members of Iron Covenant in Taryn Jerry. But hold on a second. Taryn with a move out of nowhere. Had her in submission mode, but Karen is there to break it up for her partner. Taryn with a couple of nice kicks and a hair pull suplexing out the ring. Those two go. And Harness delivers a knee to Mayshawn in an attempt to put her out of this one. And it is only a 2 count. Brutal battle between these babes here in matchup number 5. Who's gonna win this? We'll find out when we get back from this brief commercial, non-commercial break.
Eye Candy Academy didn't change me, it confirmed me.
This is Maddie Chatterbox encouraging you to hit the like man. They're only free $99. So once again, hit the like button to help our channel grow.
D Wildman! Demon Cruise!
All right, we are back. Both teams still in effect in this one. Not a pinfall. During our break. Mayshawn out there dominating Taryn Jerry. And she just got back up and right back into the arms of Mayshawn. With a barricade lariat on Taryn Jerry as Hornets goes to finish off. Karen Majors and her partner Mayshawn is alert enough to break up the pinfall. Now it looks like the numbers game is in play. Hold on a second. Hornets with the drop to the canvas. And yes, the numbers game is in play and in the favor of Iron Covenant. Dominating Mayshawn and her muscle here on our way to our main event. Iron Covenant once again with the numbers as they both zero in on Karen Majors and hit her with a swinging neck breaker. And now hold on a second. Karen with a chin check on Taryn. And Mayshawn is back in the mix. And we got 2-on-2 once again. Swinging neck breaker by Hornets, who goes for a cover, but Mayshawn too close in proximity for her to get that off. Side Russian leg sweep on the captain of the Iron Covenant. And Mayshawn going to the top rope for some odd reason and levels both Karen and Taryn. Mayshawn, call her publishers because she's clearing house as she's laid everybody down. at this point. Now her partner going to the top rope and executes an axe handle, double axe handle to the head of Taryn Jerry as Karen Majors went for a pinfall. The referee distracted, looking off to the left. I don't know, maybe he caught somebody picking their nose in the second row. Powerbomb by Karen Majors as she goes for a pinfall attempt on Taryn Jerry. And Mayshawn with almost putting away Hornets. The referee definitely has his hands full in this matchup. Hard to keep a hold of the action. Taryn coming back in to join her partner on the inside of the ring, but it looked like she don't even need help because Hornet is knocking them down as the length of this match extends. Taryn getting another work in on Mayshawn. And a bang German suplex on the champ. The champ and her muscle not looking so good right about now, as Iron Covenant is looking for their first win as a unit. Mayshawn flat on her face, and Hornets concentrating on the lower body of the Sirens Women's Champion Mayshawn Harris. As Mayshawn partner Karen Majors, let me stop. She was beating up Taryn Jerry, but as soon as I noticed it, the tide flipped, and now Taryn Jerry is kicking the stuffing out of. See, there it goes again. Now Karen Majors is back ahead in that one as Hardest goes for a pinfall attempt to count. And Karen Majors touching everything outside of the ring at the hands of Taryn Jerry. Karen looking up at the stars, and speaking of being up in the air, Carnage coming down with an elbow drop on the champion Mayshawn Harris in his tag team bout. Swinging neckbreaker. Will Harness put a capper on this one? All right, party people, Iron Covenant over Mayshawn and Karen Majors. Their first victory as the Iron Covenant on the board and in the books, party people. Now that we cool down from that hot diva action, matchup number 6, our main event, is on the precipice. And it's those two gentlemen right there, Demon Blue and D Wildman. Vic Vega, and would you please join me in congratulating these two rookies that will be making their way to the main roster from our Rising Frequencies Farmworks program. But until such time as they make their transition to the main roster, you can check them out on Slugfest Saturday. In fact, the return of Slugfest Saturday goes down at high noon on this Saturday, aka the 16th of May, with the return of Slugfest Saturday. Once again, the return of Slugfest Saturday will premiere at high noon, the 16th of May. Vic Vega signing off on this brief announcement, and as always, enjoy the rest of the live stream.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
This is Mitch Fade, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vega's Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
All right, everybody, let's get it.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Wild Samoans from Wichita, Kansas, weighing in at 228 pounds, D Wildman.
D Wildman in the building. Last time we saw them was on the 22nd of April in a tag team matchup. Him and his brother going up against the Techno Jacks, where they fell short. But if the night is going to go like it went for D Wildman's brother earlier on, then we're in for a treat, which means the Demon may go down in defeat. Former two-time Call Valley co-champion D Wildman. It's main event time! And as always, we on the pay-to-rent grind. All right, your Stormbreakers champion headed to the ring from parts unknown. Demon Blue is in the house.
And his opponent from the other side of darkness, weighing in at 216 pounds, the Alliance Zone Impact Champion, Demon Cruz!
Yeah, the man on the thumbnail and what we are here about. The last time we saw this young man, it was in his usual form, kicking ass and taking names at Monolithic. Funny thing about that one is he got off to a 2-match deficit and still came back and ran off 5 in a row. Anyhow, you saw that record at 13-3. And tonight we're getting ready to see if this man is, Demon is truly unstoppable here in our main event before we get out of the door. Blue D Wildman out of the Stormbreakers division, and Demon comes out with an onslaught off the get-go. And D Wildman is yet to wake up, and as I talk about him, he does wake up and halts the offense issued out by the Demon. Snake Eyes in the corner, but a quick kick counter by the Demon. This man's last time being actually pinned when it mattered dates all the way back to last year in August. Damn near a year without losing a contest. As the count is up to a 4 count, and Demon Blue decides to get back in and go in or get it put in on him by D Wildman. Reaching that lower spinal area of the champion in this non-title Stormbreaker divisional matchup. Another go at the spine wrencher, and the Demon rolls out to get a little bit of air and invites D Wildman outside of the ring so we can hit him with a German suplex. And take the match into his hand. Amping up the crowd here for the home is the Demon, and they are responding to him in kind of a mixed fashion, as half is pro Demon and half is not Demon here in this part of the match. Power slam by D Wildman, and that strength of one half of the Wild Wides is beginning to take toll on the Demon. In the right spot to get hit with a big splash from Wildman. And once again, the Demon out of the ring to get some space and timing between him and D Wildman. D Wildman tasting a turnbuckle, and the Demon with the chops to the chest. But fighting his way out of the corner does D Wildman, and puts the Demon in that corner so he can issue out a couple of bows on him and go for a pinfall attempt. 1 count only. Matchup still proceeds. And if you're just tuning in to our main event, help us out by doing the free stuff. You know what it is. The liking, the sharing, the subbing, the participation in the poll questions in the live chat, as Wildman with a pinfall attempt on the Demon. Almost pinned the unpinnable D Wildman to the second rope and misses with a gigantic splash. The Demon snipped that one out and moved, and now is controlling the bout over the much larger, more powerful, and definitely more heavier D Wildman. Spear sends Wildman to the outside, and the Demon is pacing. Maybe he's about to do something absolutely diabolical to D Wildman. Running punch to the grill of D Wildman, and now the Demon has Wildman in the cross-face chicken wing, but Wildman with a reversal and goes back into offensive mode and raising the Demon high above his head and dropping him on the floor. And the Demon is probably wishing that he stayed his behind in the ring, because D Wildman definitely has him getting familiar with everything on the outside of the ring that is not forgiving. As we are up to a 6 count. And back into the ring we go. Running basement drop kick to the face of Wildman, as the Demon almost put Wildman out here, adding to that immaculate record of his as he hit D Wildman with another basement drop kick. About to do something. Hold on a second. A headbutt and hot sauce flowing from the head of D Wildman, as the Demon going for a pinfall attempt. No, we still have us a competitive match underway, as the crowd decided to wake up and cheer on the Demon. Or are they cheering on D Wildman? I don't give a damn. But all I know is the Demon is going for another ride. This time, he kisses the canvas. And D Wildman not giving him any room to breathe. Locks him tight inside of a bear hug. Will the Demon tap out? Or will he pound his way out of this excruciating hole here in matchup number 6, our main event of the night? Arm drag takeover by the Demon. And this one is it, party people. The Demon with a hellified record. No! Still in this matchup is D Wildman. And it looks like it's time for him to issue out some hot sauce to the Demon after that blow to the turnbuckle. And now both competitors are the living embodiment of blood, sweat, and tears in an effort to try to be victorious here as D Wildman goes for a pinfall attempt. 2 3/4, not enough to put away the Demon. As the Demon grabbing the forehead after that blow that he suffered. That has him spilling out hot sauce. Will the Demon go into mode, or will D Wildman take control? Basement drop kick to the side of the head of Wildman. And now this one has got to be it right here. Yes! No! D Wildman grabbing the ropes, instinct on point. And it breaks up the pinfall attempt. I'm telling you, KC, there is no place like home. And definitely this matchup is worth the price of admission. Will the Demon continue his winning ways, or will Wildman take this one home as he goes for a pinfall attempt? Still only a 2 count. Jesus Christian, this is one hell of a matchup. Power slam by Wildman. And the Demon off balance as Wildman hits him with the end of days and goes for the pinfall attempt. And just like that, it's a wrap. D Wildman over the Demon.
Here is your winner, D Wildman.
There is the answer to the question. D Wildman says, hell no, the Demon is not unbeatable. Unstoppable is a myth. As D Wildman has put one in the loss column of the Demon here in our main event, party people. And check this out. Y'all know how we do this. We got a closing promo after the ending of this matchup, and then we will see you this week on Slugfest Saturday.
Legends rise, and the weak get buried. See you next Wednesday, if you survive.
thank you for tuning in to tonight's episode of Whoop-Ass Wednesday. And as always, we are the home where every view is viral because we are not entitled to your viewership, but when you give it to us, it is greatly appreciated. And remember, as you get on your way up out of here, that every day above ground is a good day because you are here on the planet, able to fight through all of your adversities and create yourself a brand new reality in this effed up world that we living in, party people. So until next week, Kansas City, Missouri, we will see y'all in D.C. at 8 o'clock sharp, y'all. Peace and good night. Chili sauce.